So the name of the chapter is direct and inverse proportion. Okay. First of all, what is proportion? Okay, what is proportion? So I'll tell you in direct ways what is direct proportion, what is inverse proportion. But proportion is first of all comparing two quantities. That is known by ratio and proportion. You have studied in the previous class, right? Comparing quantities to each other. Okay. Now, what is direct proportion? I'll tell you in easy to easiest way. Abubakar. See, let's say, Abubakar, you go to a stationery. Okay, you go to a stationery to buy a pen. Okay. Now the shopkeeper says that one pen is for 10 rupees. Okay, one pen is for 10 rupees. And Abubakar, let's say you have to buy 5 pens. So will the cost of the 5 pens will it be more than 10 rupees or less than 10 rupees? What would be the cost of 5 pen if one pen is 10 rupees? Yes, Abubakar, very simple thing. If one pen is for 10 rupees and you go to a shop to buy 10 pen or 5 pen, so how much will you give to the shopkeeper?
Sir, 50.
50 rupees, very easy. So we can see that if when I'm increasing the number of pen, when I'm increasing the quantity of the product, the price is also increasing, right, Abubakar? But see, the price is also increasing. This is known as direct proportion. Okay, when I increase one quantity, other quantity also increases. When I'm increasing the number of pen, the price is increasing from 10 to 50. But see, this is direct proportion. Is this clear? That increasing one thing leads to increasing in another. Okay, Abubakar? But, 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 but in direct proportion, there is one thing that they have to increase in the same ratio. They have to increase in the same ratio. It should not be like one pen is for 10 rupees, but 5 pen are for 40 rupees. No, Bache. This is not a what do you say, direct proportion. They are not increasing in proportion now. One pen is for 10, 2 pen is for 20, 3 pen is for 30, but 5 pen is for 40. So this is not direct. So first of all, is this clear what is direct proportion? That when increasing one quantity, other quantity also increases in the same ratio or proportion. Is this clear, Abubakar? It will be more clear when I explain to you. First of all, is this concept clear? Abubakar, are you there? Can you hear me?
Yes.
See, but I was explaining that when I'm increasing the number of pen, the price of it is also increasing. Not a single pen, but total money I have to give is also increasing, right? So is this clear? First of all, that what is direct proportion? When I increase one quantity, the other also increases. Is this clear, Abubakar?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, Abubakar, let's say that in your school there is a group activity or a project in which you have to work in a group. Okay. Now, teacher first said that there will be 4 students in, in a single group. There will be 4 students working in a single group. Okay. Now, let's say today the teacher said 4 students will be there in a single group. You formed the group. Okay. You went to your homes. Okay. And you calculated that, okay, for 4 students, it will approximately take 20 days to complete the work. Okay. For 4 students, it will approximately take 20 days to complete the work. Now, next day you come to the school, teacher says, okay, I am increasing the number of students in a group. I am increasing the students from 4 to 5. Now, in a group, there will be 5 students. Now, who could tell me, jitna time you estimated, now the time would decrease or increase? The time taken to complete the work. Will it be less now or more?
Sir, less.
Less, right? So, when I'm increasing one thing, when I'm increasing the number of students, the time taken to complete that work is less. So, but this is inverse proportion. When I increase one quantity, the other decreases. Or when I decrease one quantity, the other decreases. Is this clear now? What is inverse proportion?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. Now I'm going to write about Direct proportion. When increase increase in one quantity leads to increase in another, and decrease in a quantity leads to decrease in another. So this is known as direct proportion. When increase in one quantity leads to increase in another, या फिर decrease. अगर increase होगा तो increase, if it is decreasing then other would also decrease. So it is direct. बढ़ रहा है तो बढ़ रहा है, कम हो रहा है तो कम हो रहा है. It is like that. Okay, but we have to add one thing, that in a fixed ratio, in another, in a fixed proportion. Now what is this fixed proportion? I'll tell you this fixed proportion. Okay, and if I write about inverse proportion, which is when increase in one quantity leads to decrease in another, in another, and vice versa, in a fixed proportion. Okay, Abubakar, please note this much first.
Sir, what is it after direct proportion?
When increase in one quantity leads to increase in another, and decrease in a quantity leads to decrease in another in a fixed proportion. Okay.
Yes, sir. Sir, done.
Okay, Abubakar. Now see. Now talking about direct proportion now. Inverse proportion हम बाद में cover करेंगे. First talking about direct proportion now. Which is direct proportion में there has to be a fixed ratio that let's say that one pen is for rupees 10. So Abubakar, 2 pen would be for
Say 20.
3 pen would be for 30. 3 is equal to 3 pen. 30. Similarly, 4 is 40. 50. Abubakar, this is direct proportion. Okay. It is increasing in a certain ratio. But uh, if let's say that one pen for 10, 2 pen for 20, okay, 3 pen for 30, but someone says that 5 pen for 40. Okay, but see, this is not direct proportion. Oh, sorry, 40. This is not direct proportion. Till here it was direct proportion till 30, but then it increased by an uncertain ratio. First it was doubling, rate double हो रहे थे ना, like you are adding 10. Now you add 10 but for 2 pence. Okay, so then now this is not what do you call direct proportion. Is this clear, Abubakar? That now increasing one pen gave increase in 10 rupees. Okay, एक पेन बढ़ा 10 rupees बढ़े. Okay, but from 3 to 5 what is happening बच्चे? 2 pens are increasing but only 10 rupees are increasing. The rest 20 rupees should have been increased. Got it, Abubakar? That this is not direct proportion. Direct proportion is increase in something has to be equal increase. That is why I said fixed proportion. Fixed proportion means this much increasing, so this much here also increasing. Every time same increasing. Okay, Abubakar, is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. We will do a question so it will be more clear. Yes, yes. Here it is the question that they are asking us to complete the table. Okay, they are asking us to complete the table. They have said petrol in liters and distance in kilometers. I might copy this table screen here. Yes, here you have the table. But see, okay. Over here we have the table. They are saying that a car is traveling. Okay, and this is given a table in which petrol in liters is given and distance in kilometers is given. So if the car has 4 liter petrol, the car can travel 60 kilometers. Now, Abubakar, first of all, we have to identify. Question may it won't be given that it is a direct proportion or an inverse proportion. We have to identify. Abubakar, if I increase the if I add more petrol to my car, the car would be able to cover more distance, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So this is a direct proportion. Is this clear how to identify direct proportion? Okay, this is a pure logic, nothing else. Now,
Yes,
Abubakar,
sir.
see. Yes. Now, in 4 liter petrol, car can travel 60 kilometers. Okay. Now they are asking how much will the car travel in 8 liter petrol? Can you tell me, Abubakar?
Sir, 120.
120. Very good. For 12 liter petrol, it would be 180. But how to find for 15? You will say, sir, for 8, I multiplied it by 2. But 15 is not a multiple of 4. So how do we find out? So Abu Bakr, in this case, now we come to the main formula. Okay. Or what we can do is, you can find distance covered. Okay. For a table, this way is preferred. Distance covered in 4 liter petrol is 60. In 4 liter petrol is 60. So distance covered in 1 liter petrol. Okay, अगर 4 liter में 60 है, so 1 liter में would be 60 by 4. So that is in 1 liter it would travel 15 kilometers. Is this clear, Abu Bakar?
Yes,
One
sir.
liter में the car would travel 15 kilometers. Now we found for one. If we have for one, we can find for anyone. How? If it is in now, how to
Sir,
find
we can
distance in?
multiply by that.
Yes, very easy. Distance covered in 15 liter would be 15 into 15. So that is 225. Got it, Abubakar? You have to try just multiply the kilometers by the petrol now. Is this clear?
Yes.
Can you find for 20 and 25? Abubakar, make this table in your notebook. Write this down and complete the table for 20 and 25. Please do this.
So 300 and 375.
Correct, Abubakar. Okay. Now, but we have a formula. Every time now, this method is lengthy. You have a direct formula. Acha, wait, before that formula, I want you to try example number one. You have to make the table by yourself, Abubakar, and write the cost for 2, 4, 10, 30. First find the cost for 1, then find for them. Try it down, Abubakar, please. Example number 1 by yourself. And don't look at the solution. Do it by yourself. If not, then I'll take you.
Sir,
Okay, what is the answer?
sir, for 2 meters, it is 84. 4
Correct.
meters, 168. 10
Correct.
meters, 420. 13
Correct.
meters, 546.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
very good, Abubakar. So you made the table only, right? Properly. Okay. Now, Abubakar, I'm gonna teach you how to do for like this was the unitary method. Now I'll tell you the how to do by formula. So, but for the direct proportion, the formula is x1 by y1 is equal to x2 by y2. Now you will say, sir, what is this formula? Okay, I will explain it to you. See, by question only I'll explain. But first of all, this is formula for this chapter only has two formulas. If you don't do two formulas, very easy. Direct proportion formula, direct proportion, direct proportion type formula, and inverse type formula. Okay, so now the question says an electric pole 14 meters high casts a shadow of 10 meters. So, what we are going to do is now, while reading the question, I'm going to assume one type of quantity to be x and another type to be y. Okay. The steps to do this are assume one type of quantity to be x and another type of quantity to be y. So now an electric pole 14 meters high. So they have given length of pole. So I'll assume let the length of pole be x. Okay. You'll say, sir, pole length is already given. Why are we assuming it x? But you'll know. Okay. Let the length of pole be x and they are saying and cast a shadow. Now they have given the length of shadow. So I'll write let the length of shadow be y. So I'll assume one type of quantity to be x and another type of quantity to be y. Now length of pole, now they are given. Now you have done this much now. Now read the question again. An electric pole 40 meters high. You took length of pole as x. So the first length of pole that is given, that is length of pole, you take that as to be x1. You take that the first length to be given to be x1. Length of pole the first day, take that to be x1. So x1 is 14 meters high. Okay, 14 meters. Casts a shadow of 10 meters. But now this 14-meter high cast shadow 10 meters. So the corresponding length of shadow would be y1. x1 की corresponding length हो जाएगी y1. Okay, cast a shadow 14 meter or 10 meters now. So that this is 10 meters. Okay, so x1 was length of pole, that is 14 meters. Y1 is length of shadow for that pole is 10 meters. Now they are saying find the length of a tree. Abubakar, I'm going to take length of pole and tree because they are the same thing. Length of object, I'm going to take length of object as well. Object length of object bx. So now length of tree, I'm going to take x2 because they have given the height of second object, that is x2. So length of tree, they are asking find the height of tree. Okay, so they're asking find the height of tree. So x2 we don't know. The corresponding shadow length is given, that is 15 meters. So y2 is given, that is 15 meters. We can just put that in the formula, find out x2. So and also make the table. So make the table like this first. In the starting में बनानी है height of height of object they have written or height of object, yes, height of object in meters, length of shadow in meters. Height of object it was given now 14, the corresponding length was 10. height of object they are asking us. So this is x2, and this is given 15. That is corresponding length of shadow. Over, just put it in the formula. X1 by y1 is equal to x2 by y2. Okay. Now x1 is 14, y1 is 10. This is equal to x2. We have to find out by y2 is 15. So now how to find out x2, bache? Take this 15 on the right. So x2 is equal to 14 by 10. This 15 would go and multiply. So into 15. Now this is 5 twos are 10, 5 threes are 15, 2 ones are 2, 2 sevens are 14. So bache 7 threes is 21. So x2 is coming to be 21 meters. Is this totally clear, Abubakar, how to do this? By the formula.
Yes, sir.
Now, I'm thinking you must have found that unitary method is easier. The method we discussed earlier. This might be looking complicated to you, or is this one better? Both are fine.
No, sir. The unitary method is better.
Unitary method is better now, but you have to do it by this method. See, you can do it by the unitary method as well, but I would say that you do it by this method only because this is faster. Once you learn it now, this is way faster. I can just read out the question x1, y1, x2, y2, 10 seconds answered it. Okay, so this is faster. You just need hands-on practice on this, and you will get this. But see, I would prefer that sometimes examiners also say that you have to do it by this method only. Okay, and inverse proportion mein, you only have a formula. Inverse proportion mein, you don't have a method. There you only have to do it by a formula. So eventually you'll have to learn this method there also because formula is only changing. Method is the same. Till here in unitary method also the method is the same. Only the formula is changing. So formula putting after putting the formula it is easy. So you would eventually have to learn the method for inverse proportion also. So I would say you learn it from here only. Okay, and from now on, if only two things are there, so you have to find apply the formula method only. Abubakar, please note this down. Are you done writing this, Abubakar?
Yes.
Okay. Abubakar, one more thing, the units should be same. For a single quantity, units should be same. So now example 3 is, if the weight of 12 sheets of thick paper. So I'm going to do it a bit fast now so that you know how to do it. If the weight of 12 sheets of thick paper, so I'll let the number of sheets be x. So first make the table. Let the number of so first let the number of sheets be x. Let the weight of sheets be y. Okay, so now make the table, number of sheets, weight of sheets. Number of sheets was when it is 12. Weight of sheets is say 40 grams. Okay, now they are asking. Uh, Now since I took number of sheets as x, so x1 is 12. X1 is 12, which is here. X2 बच्चे now y1 corresponding weight is 40 grams. Okay, now we need to find x2, that is number of sheets, when y2 is how much? Y2 is given 2.5 kilograms. 2.5 kg means बच्चे 2.5 kg we have to convert this to what do you say, grams. So 2.5 kg means 2500 grams. Okay, Abubakar. So now put it in the formula.
Yes.
So इधर आ जाएगा 25600. We have to find out x2. So x1 by y1 is equal to x2 by y2. So x1 was 12 by y1 is 40 is equal to x2 we have to find out by y2 is 2500. Okay, take the y2 on the right. So x2 is therefore equal to 12 by 40 into 2500. So this cancels. 4 ones are 4 threes are. So let's say x2 is 3 into 250, that is 750. So 750 is coming. So 750 sheets will weigh 2.5 kgs or 2500 grams. Is this clear, Abubakar, how to do this?
Yes.
Clear? Okay, note this down, please.
So done.
Okay, I'll see you in the next class. Okay, thank you.